Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weaverbirds Live TV with me, Karen Weaver, and the other Weaverbird, Emma, over there. Hello, Emma.
Hi. I'm still jingling away to our jingle. Jeepers, it's mad. All these years into it, I don't know, it just kind of sets the scene, doesn't it?
It just gets the blood pressure pumping, I think. It gets the vibe going. That's it. Well, we are so delighted to be here with you guys today, and we do have a very special guest in the wonderful Dawn Williams from The Rebuilt Woman. And this episode is really important to both of us, isn't it? Because, and it's such an important but yet complex subject to be talking about. But I know that Dawn and you and I are going to have the best conversation, Emma.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's all about keeping it real and supporting people in our networks. And that's how we're doing it through these conversations. I know you've known Dawn for a long time, but I had the privilege of meeting her whenever we were in New York, and we just clicked. Believe it or not, I have some brilliant pictures of the two of us on my phone that I don't think I've ever put out anywhere. But I love her essence. I love everything that she's doing and the way that she's doing it and helping so many people effortlessly, which is what I really like. So it's really good. It's really good.
A true woman on a mission. I love it. And, this episode may be triggering for somebody. So if you're triggered today, please know you're not alone. Please reach out to us or to Dawn. We're here. But it's an important conversation for us to have. So we are just privileged to be able to have it. So without any further ado, I'm going to welcome the wonderful Dawn Williams to the stage. Welcome, Dawn.
Woohoo! Well, hi guys. Hi.
Oh,
Dawn is in the house.
Oh, I love it. I was just backstage, Emma, listening to the photos. I would like to see those photos when you got a chance.
Hope they're the ones you can share.
Hey.
Oh, there's some really good ones. I mean, we were early morning up walking around New York and full of excitement, and I've got loads.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. I'd love to check those out. They would be fun.
So, Dawn, we have met because of an epic book you've written called The Rebuilt Woman. You lead all of this with absolute grace and determination and amazing power, which we love. But can you share with everybody what The Rebuilt Woman is?
Okay. The Rebuilt Woman is a story that shows a path or a guideway to other women who have been through any form of abuse, dysfunction, relationship dysfunction, childhood dysfunction, or domestic violence. So it's a guide that says, okay, if you've been through this, here's the guide, here's the tools to help you rebuild your life after those events. So it helps you, identify, am I in abuse? Have I been in abuse? Am I in it right now? If I am, these are the steps, and the process is to help you rebuild your mind, your body, your emotions, your spirit, all of it, like a complete rebuild after, especially domestic violence. So it's a lived experience. So it's my story weaved through. Then I'm a psychotherapist, so I put the psychological aspects through so people could have a deeper understanding of why we find ourselves in these situations in the first place, and never to go there again, because we've got to rebuild the mind and our belief systems. And then obviously mine was a spiritual journey. I needed God in my life, so I could not put my spiritual journey in, because that was really part of my rebuild as well.
And finding out what that means for you, absolutely. I love it, and it's an individual journey, so beautiful, woven, and the book is so beautifully put together, and such a soft, gentle way, but also action packed. This book has brought you on a journey, hasn't it, Dawn? So it started in New York, where Emma's talking about. It's now a movement.
Yeah. Now it's a movement. And you know what the craziest thing is? I had shelved the book. I literally had shelved the book. I had got a little bit frustrated. I'd written the book, and so I was quite happy that it was like a part of the last part of my journey. It was perhaps about healing. So, writing the story, releasing the story was just that last final bit of healing. And so I had gone to all these publishers and nothing had happened. There was no synergy. And then I sort of popped it on the shelf until I met Karen Weaver. And then all of a sudden, this explosion has happened. She rings me and says, come to New York. And every fear I'd ever, expected arrived, and it was like, I can't do this. But anyway, I did it, and whoa, what an experience. And then since then, it has blown my mind, the people that have come forward, one who have experienced DV, who are in DV, who are wanting to help rebuild other women who are a couple of steps behind them. So it's blown my mind. It just showed me this is a great need right now. We need to rebuild our women and men, who've gone through this.
Absolutely. But Dawn, are we glad that you found the courage I'm going to use the word unshelve your book and come on this journey? Obviously, I've had the privilege of reading the book and having conversations with you. It's a club, I always say this, Dawn, it's a club nobody wants to be in. But what I love about your book, it is personal and professional. You have absolute, unfortunately, understanding of what you're talking about, but also it shifts the shame, which, believe it or not, is really, really important. Quite often people say, why does she just not leave? Well, it can be for a couple of different reasons. One can be the shame of it. Another one can be the disbelief. You don't realize that you are in an abusive situation because it's became so familiar. And that's where I find the book, and now part of your journey obviously is doing retreats. That's where I see that helping people understand it's not your fault. Shame must change sides, and identifying that you are in an abusive relationship.
Yeah, it blows my mind how many women I'll be speaking at an event, and how many women will come up to me later and pull me to the side and say, hey, I really resonated with that story. And we're talking, these are leaders, these are influencers, these are CEOs of big companies. And, they've all got this amazing presence and this amazing stature, but somewhere deep inside, there's still an element of brokenness. And I think when you tell your story or share your story, whether it's on stage or it's in a book, it gives other people permission to go, oh, I'm not alone. Okay, there's others out there who are executives, who are very successful. It doesn't matter how money does not discriminate. DV does not discriminate. Again, it doesn't mean say if you're rich or poor, or it doesn't matter. If you will experience it somewhere, if you've obviously made the wrong choices in your past. So yeah, it's interesting when you speak out, and shame will try and silence you and isolate you. But when you stand and say, hey, this happened to me, I know how to help you, here it is. And that's what this whole movement's about.
Oh, it's amazing. And you're looking for builders. Can you share with us about all of the builders that you're calling into the movement?
Yeah. So I recently ran a I'm running workshops and I'm doing retreats, and a lot of professionals come, a lot of coaches and professionals. And I just put a call out for builders. I called them builders. I said, hey, if there's anyone here who's a bit further on in the journey, who wants to help rebuild another person and become a builder, let me know. And it overwhelmed me, the response. 80% of the room wanted to become builders. And I was like, wow, there's a real surge of other women who are prepared to grab the hand of someone else and say, hey, walk with me. Walk with me. I'm a little bit further than you, but I'm going to get you through this survival mode. I'm going to get you through this fear. You're safe. I'm a safe person because I get you. And that's just, honestly, it's blown me away. So I'm extending the invitation. If you want to become a builder within, it started as a book. the Rebuilt Woman. Now it's the Rebuilt Movement, and I'm inviting others who want to be part of it to help build other women who are a little bit further back in the journey. So if that's you,
it's so important.
reach out.
It's so important, isn't it? Especially whenever someone has walked in your, you know, someone who's walked the path and who's able to then support someone else on the path. And I think that's why so many people, like, there's so many people who, you know, you just don't know what's happening behind a person, you know, in their life. Like, you may meet someone and you would never know, and because it's so well hidden, because people are in disbelief, or they're just like in shock, or they're just trying to do the best to get through, as you say, survival mode. Like, that's just like, wow. But the thing is that I really want to get across with this message. Dawn does all of this self-funded, and I like, this is amazing, and the passion that you have for it, because you want to help other women get rebuilt, and also men, because we need good men in the world as well, doing wonderful things. And I just want to put a call out to anyone who, you know, like, I show up for this so much because I really want to help and put energy in. And if anyone can help financially, that helps other women, because women who are often, you know, there's financial abuse. You keep everything down really low cost so that people have access to things, but to be able to sponsor and identify and help people who are in vulnerable situations. And unfortunately, you meet them everywhere in every scenario. And I remember Emma saying that this is the club you don't want to be in, but sometimes you're in it. But there's such a beautiful heart that connects every woman who's there and who's willing to help someone on their journey. Like, builders are just very special people. I know that, because they're there showing up to help. And if you can't help in that capacity and can help in a financial capacity, that helps too, doesn't it, Dawn?
Yeah, that's right. And just encouraging, just knowing that we've got support. Doesn't have to be financial or actually, you know, buddying up with someone in the builder program, but just, you know, if you know someone, if you know, have be that safe place for someone to have a conversation, and lead them to us, and we will take care of them. So I don't want this to be a hidden problem anymore. I want us to face it and build a healthy community of women and men, because the next book is called The Rebuilt Man. So I love men.
Yes.
You know, this is not an man campaign. You know, that sounded bad. I love one man, but I'm not against, you know, I've done the work to forgive. I've done work to release resentment. I've done all of the work. Wasn't easy, I can tell you, but I'm free. And I want to help other women get free too. And so you don't become a man hater and all men, and think all men are the same, because they're not. There are some beautiful men out there that bring healing to us. And that's the message. I'm a message about healthy women and healthy men having a healthy relationships. And that's what which if we can produce healthy relationships, we have healthy children, we have healthy communities. And so it's a ripple effect. And that's what this is about.
Yeah, and it's about creating those conversations in the safe spaces. So, and you are right, the builders are going to be so important in all of this. When you have one woman that has already walked the journey, that's able to sit alongside and walk alongside another person and tell them, I believe you, and let's walk through this together. Because judgment is a huge part of this, fear of judgment, fear of not being believed. So if you essentially have your builders as well as your book and your workshops and all of that, you're holding it holistically, you know, for every scenario that can be a barrier to people rebuilding their lives.
Yeah, that's it. We want to create a safe pathway where they are safe, no matter what they're. This is a safe pathway with safe people who will help you, and that's what it's about. Definitely, Emma.
It starts with us all. It starts with us committing to becoming the best versions of ourselves, and then having, all of then everything then coming together in our lives, and it's beautiful. So if anyone needs any help, or if you know anyone who needs any help, send them to the Rebuilt Woman or the rebuiltmovement.com. It's down at the bottom of the screen. And Dawn is there to support and help, and all of the wonderful things that Dawn does and creates amazing events, and not just for this, for actually empowering and rebuilding women to be the best versions of themselves. Because the more of us out there doing our work, because women have such a beautiful energy within, and it's love fueled, and we have so much to give the world and others. And I think that whenever we show up and do that together, it's just a beautiful thing. The connection is wonderful. Yeah. So everyone, go and grab your copy of the Rebuilt Woman book, and go and join the Rebuilt movement, because just watch this space. It's all happening.
Yay!
Oh,
we are
thank
grateful.
You, Karen. I appreciate that.
We are grateful for you,
I'm
Dawn.
grateful. I'm grateful for you too. Like, truly, honestly, in all honesty, I would not be at this point if I hadn't have come to New York. That is the truth. I had to face the fear and step out of. When I went to New York, I realized that I had been playing small. That my circumstances had made me play small and safe. And I realized that if I want to grow and help people, I have to step into bigger spaces. And you provided that for me, you guys. And I'm very grateful for you too. And I thank you for allowing me to share.
Yay.
Beautiful, of course. And that's the thing, is people don't understand the magic that happens in New York, or in the events that we have to show what happens. And you are just a prime example of someone who comes open-hearted and open-armed just to experience, and then look at the trajectory of what's happened, because you have been open to it. And it's just beautiful. Yeah. So huge kudos to you for showing up, Dawn. We love it. All right, everyone. Bye, Dawn. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, such an important topic. And of course, Dawn is there. She's in Queensland, and there's weather stuff happening there. So the connection wasn't great. But such an important conversation for us to have. And I'm really excited about what Dawn's doing, because she does it not with any judgment or hate or anything. It's all done with loving intention.
Exactly the right person, Karen. She's exactly the right person to do that. And honest to goodness, I don't know where I missed the memo, but the fact that she now has builders in the Rebuilt Woman movement, I was like, that is excellent. We need to be thinking differently. We need to be more compassionate and understanding, and dispel the judgment, because even with the best will in the world, when you're going through those challenges, and abuse is part of the challenges that you're going through, people just have unconscious bias, or unconscious judgment. So it's really, really important, when you're in the room with the right people that are just going to get it. If this triggers anyone, please reach out. It's such an important conversation. We're not going to shy away from it. There's too much support needed out there around this issue. And honest to goodness, the Rebuilt Woman book is unbelievable.
Yeah. And I'm a proud builder, guys. I'm a proud builder. We need a badge for that. We must say to Dawn, I need a little badge. I'm a proud builder.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, I knew we'd go over in time with this one, because it was a very important conversation. But I suppose what we want to leave you with today is, just to know that never do anything or think anything, or whatever it is, no matter what the adversity in your life is, don't do it alone. Don't keep it, don't harbor it within. Yes, all of the work happens within, but whenever things are shared, whenever you have a conversation in a safe space, it's amazing how it alleviates. It just takes the weight off your shoulders. So don't ever do it alone. And you know that, Emma, with all of the amazing work that you do at Mental Wealth International. And I know from the stories that I publish all of the time, is all about breakthroughs after the struggles. So don't ever give up the struggle. There's always the breakthroughs around the corner. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us. We shall see you again with another amazing guest next week. And yeah, have fun. Take care, guys.